Hello student, today we are going to learn a new topic and that topic name is heat. So this topic you are very familiar about this one. So first of all, in that we have to understand a simple concept related with that. Student, in the morning time when you take a sip of hot cup of tea or a cold drink, that time you will get a sensation. And when you are taking a hot cup of tea, in that you are getting the hot sensation, and when you are taking the cold drink, that time cold sensation you are getting. So we can understand that this heat gives the sensation of hotness or coldness to our body. Okay, so one question arises in our mind that sometimes means in the summer time we are using the cotton cloth which is made up by the plant source. Okay, and then we are wearing that in the summer time. But in the winter season now it is going on, in that we are using the woolen cloths which is made up from the animal fiber. Okay, so student, actually we can understand one of the point that this woolen cloths, woolen sweater, muffler that we are using in the winter season, because it traps the heat which is produced by our body and it gives us the warmness to our body, right? So this warmness gives us a feeling of our body about the warmness. Okay, so we can understand very well in sunlight also. When we are inside the house, we feel little bit cold or little bit cold waves are there. But when we are coming outside of the house, so we feel when under the sunlight when we are coming, then we are getting the warm sensation because of the sunlight. When we are going near to the fire also, then also we are getting the warmness. Okay, so the feeling of warmness we are getting from that. So what is meant by heat? Heat is a form of energy which causes the sensation of hotness or coldness. Once again now, heat is a form of energy which causes the sensation of hotness or coldness to our body. So student, as you know that heat cannot be seen. Heat we can feel that. Okay, so heat can be felt with the temperature effect which is produced in the object. Okay, so it can be seen in that one. Okay, so student, as I have given the example related with our body, when we are taking a hot cup of tea, in that the heat flows from our body, then we can feel cold when we are taking any ice cream or any cold thing. When we are taking a cup of tea, hot cup of tea, the heat flows into our body and then we feel the hot. Okay, so same thing happens with any other substances also. When heat is given to a substance, its temperature increases and it becomes hot. When the heat is taken out from a substance, in that its temperature decreases and it becomes cold. Okay, so this is because of the temperature, and that temperature because of the heat is providing, or when heat is not providing, in that temperature increases or decreases. Okay, and the substance is hot or cold is basis on that. Student, we have to understand the units of heat. So the SI unit of heat is joule, that is denoted by the capital J, or we can say the calorie which is denoted by the small letter cal, CAL. Okay, so the SI unit of heat is joule, capital J, and the small letter cal. Okay, so this is all about that one. So student, another one, energy can be converted one form to another form. Okay, so in that what happens, while rubbing the hands together, a warmness coming in between two palms. So what I am doing the mechanical things. So mechanical energy is converted into heat energy. That's why our hands feels warm. Another example, when we switch on the button of the water heater, in that what happens when we switch on the button, so that electrical energy converted into heat energy and the water becomes hot. Okay, when you ironing the clothes, in that also electrical energy is converted into heat energy, and in that one we can say that all the clothes are ironing very well. So this is all about that. Burning of petrol also, in that heat energy is converted into mechanical energy. So this is all about that. Energy can be converted into one form to another form. We can convert it. So student, hot and cold, how can we can say that the object or the material is hot or cold? I can take one of the simple activity basis on that one. I am taking the 3 bowls. In that 3 bowls, this is A, B and C. In that A, hot water is adding. In B, warm water is adding. And C, ice cold water is adding. Okay? So what happens? I am using my 2 hands finger to dip into the water. So first of all, A and C. In that A and C, I am dipping my fingers in that water. So the left hand, if I am dipping in the cold water, so I feel cold sensation. When I dip the right hand's finger in the hot water in that A bowl, so I get the hot sensation because of the hot water. After minutes, you feel that the cold sensation in the ice cold water in the C bowl and the hot sensation in the A bowl. Now, togetherly I am taking out the fingers from that bowl and simultaneously togetherly I am adding both hands finger in the B, in the warm water. So I can get a different thing. Actually it is a warm water, but I get information, I get a sensation different actually. When I am taking out of the ice cold water's finger and adding in the warm water, so I feel that the warm water is like a hot water. Because this is ice cold water, and after that I am taking out and adding in that, so I feel that this warm water is like a cold, that we can say that hot water. When I am adding the hot water's finger in the warm water, so I feel that the warm water is like a cold water. So both hands finger is giving us wrong information. So we can understand that we can relate the things very well. It gives the relative information. We can relate that B, C, A, B, but it does not give us proper information about the heat of the substances. Okay, so at conclusion we can say that we cannot rely on our body sensation to understand or to check whether the object is hot or cold. We cannot rely on it. So for getting the exact information, we have to use some of the instruments, some of the things we have to use. So actually we can use the thermometer for that. So before that we have to understand that a degree of hotness or coldness of an object on some chosen scale is called temperature. Once again, now the degree of hotness or coldness of an object on some chosen scale is called its temperature. Okay, and the unit of temperature is what? As you know that Kelvin is the unit of temperature, which is denoted by capital K. Okay, and general commonly used unit of temperatures are 0 degree Celsius or 0 degree, sorry, you can say degree Celsius or degree Fahrenheit. Okay, I am just giving you an example of that one. So this is all about that one. So student, thermometer. Thermo word comes from the Latin word that means, thermo means heat actually, and meter means measurement of that one. So there are various types of thermometer available in the market. So in that clinical thermometer, digital thermometer, laboratory thermometer, then we can say that alcohol thermometer, mercury thermometer, then we can say infrared thermometer. It is a new technology. Now people are using the infrared thermometer is also there. Without touching to our body, with the help of infrared, we can take the temperature of our body. Okay. So in that for your syllabus, there is a clinical thermometer. So that we have to see today. Actually, any thermometer works on the principle of expansion of liquid on heating. Thermometer works on the principle of expansion of liquid on heating. So mercury is a liquid substance present in the thermometer. When the heat is there, it can expand, and when there is no heat, actually it goes down. So it is depend on the heat or coldness. Okay. So student, then we have to see the clinical thermometer. Actually, the thermometer that measures our body temperature is called clinical thermometer. Okay. So the clinical thermometer consists of a long narrow tube is there. In that, it is a uniform glass tube is there. At the one end, it has a bulb at the one end. So the bulb contains the mercury present in that, and there is a kink in between that one. That kink gives us what I can say, the smoothness of that mercury, which can easily flows from one place to another place. That's why the kink is given. U-shape little bit is given in that one. Student, the normal body temperature of our body is 37 degrees Celsius. And in the Fahrenheit, it is 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. So this is the normal body temperature of a person. If it increases above the 37 degrees Celsius, the person is having the fever. And if it is below the 37 degrees Celsius, then the person having the coldness problem. Okay. So this clinical thermometer gives the temperature, gives us the information about the temperature in the range of 35 degrees Celsius up to 42 degrees Celsius. So the lower fixed point of the clinical thermometer is 35 degrees Celsius, and the higher fixed point of the clinical thermometer, that is 42 degrees Celsius. It does not give the information above than 42 degrees Celsius or below the 35 degrees Celsius. Okay, only in between the range of that one. And our human body's temperature is also just in between that also. Okay, so how to use clinical thermometer? Actually, when we are using the clinical thermometer, if anyone's we are using, so directly cannot use that. Before using that, we have to take that thermometer, completely clean it with the antiseptic lotion, with the cotton wool, completely just clean it very well. Then after, firmly you can give the jerk to that one, that the mercury should come below the 35 degrees Celsius in that proper range. Then newly we can take the, what can I say, the temperature of the person's body. Actually, under the tongue also we can keep that, and suppose a baby is there, so under the armpit also we can keep that one for the temperature. So whenever we are taking out of that under the tongue or in the under the armpit, we have to check the clinical thermometer horizontally. So horizontally we have to check that one, not like that or like that. Horizontally we have to take the reading of that one or temperature of that person very well. So this is all about the how to use a clinical thermometer. Student, do you know that mercury thermometer some doctors are using. Actually, mercury is one of the substance which is a very toxic substance, and it has a hazardous effect to the body also. So whenever using the mercury thermometer, we have to handle it with utmost care, because it has a toxic substance present in it. It should not broken out. So we have to handle very carefully. Student, alcohol thermometer is there. Alcohol thermometer is looking same like mercury thermometer. In place of mercury, there is alcohol present inside it. But actually, this alcohol thermometer is cheaply available. It gives us information below the 35 degrees Celsius also. It is very well, and it is available easily. But the drawback is what? Alcohol thermometer does not give the information above the temperature of 78 degrees Celsius. That is the disadvantage of the alcohol thermometer. That's why instead of alcohol thermometer, people are using the mercury thermometer, and nowadays the infrared are using. So this is all about in the do you know. Okay, in that we have learned these two concepts, mercury thermometer, and then we have understood the alcohol thermometer. So student, I hope you understood all the concept thoroughly. Read the chapter very well, understand the concept very well. If you have any query, you can ask me on the end time. Thank you for all. Have a good day.